Welcoming back to the studio for a second time. We're going to try and get it right this time. It got Jason and Jordan from the Cause Bristol, who are a team of like-minded individuals with many different assets, qualities, skills, abilities and experiences from loads of different backgrounds, and they all share a passion for the cause, which is to promote unity, equality and opportunity. And I'm really proud and privileged and honoured to welcome them to the studio today. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, Miranda. How you doing?
Yeah, really cool to have you back in the studio. Jason, I'm so sorry we couldn't make it 2 weeks ago, but I saw you on Crazy's show as well. That was amazing. How did that go?
It was a great show, and it was it was good to be on there and have a chat with
He's a good
Crazy.
guy, isn't he?
Yeah, man, it's a good show.
Yeah. And do you know what? It kind of like ticks boxes for me when I know that you know people like that, because it's hard sometimes when you're reaching out, working possibly with new people, and you think, well, do I know them? Who do they know? Mm-hmm. And then when I know Crazy knows someone, I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. They're cool.
Cool.
So listen, where do we start? The Cause, when did it start and why?
So the Cause is a community organisation. It took us a little while, but we are a registered CIC. We started the Cause
2020.
In 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan and myself.
Yeah.
And we formed the Cause after having various discussions over quite a long period of time, and knowing each other over the years and going through different things, different experiences. We decided to sort of get together. And we met up weekly for a very long time. Wow. And we still meet up weekly now.
Wow.
And decided that we wanted to set up something to push more unity, equality and opportunity. So we set up the organisation, the Cause, because we felt that there was certain barriers and certain things.
Yeah. Well, is there something, Jordan, in particular that inspired this, or is there a particular barrier that you maybe had that you thought, and I don't want, because I know I have, as a woman in the industry, there's been many. Was there particular incidences or things that inspired this?
I guess, obviously being born and raised in Bristol, I'm being the age that I'm kind of like comparing how Bristol is set up nowadays as opposed to how it was set up like in the mid 2000s before that, where everything kind of like seemed to be more based around collaboration and unity, and people of different races, different classes, all sorts of people getting together to actually make stuff happen. And that to me is kind of like the epitome of what Bristol culture was.
Yeah.
And kind of over the years I've realised that it's not exactly how it once was.
Yeah.
And not kind of like, doing it in a way where it's like, oh yeah, everything was better back in the day, because it's not that at all. It's just
but it was.
But it's just kind of like, it's just facts where you kind of see certain things happening. You see the landscape of the city changing before your very eyes.
Yeah.
And as opposed to kind of just doing this thing of, seeing that there's issues and kind of like things that need to be highlighted, we kind of thought that the best way to do it is actually do it in a focused way, and do it kind of like in the way that we have done, in the way that we're doing right now, and ultimately trying to actually create a network of like-minded people where everybody is welcome, to come along and kind of share their ideas. And everybody's going to have different ideas, but as long as you're working with the same principles, then that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. And we've got those basic principles to promote unity, equality and opportunity. Jason, how are you going to do that? It's a massive thing to do, isn't it? And years ago I had that kind of drive and ambition, and I'm just tired now. I'm tired. But so it's great to see somebody's doing it. But where do you start?
Yeah, it can be very tiring, and it has been difficult. There has been a lot of obstacles, and there still is, but we continue to drive, and that's what drives us, is being able and trying to make a difference.
And the collaboration thing is so right, isn't it? We need to be working together and coming together, because if we're all off doing our own little things, we're never going to make that difference. And yet at Bristol we've got so many incredible things going on. If only we could unify, we could make some real difference, couldn't we?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what you asked is how we're going to do that. I guess there's a lot of different branches from the Cause, and it's discussion based, workshops, working with young people and people of different ages, creative youth sessions, pop-ups,
like panel discussions.
Nice.
Just stuff happening.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, is activity.
Yeah.
And consistency with it, you know. Like Jason said, there's kind of like different branches, and obviously with the creative stuff, we essentially use the creative aspects, you know, as almost like a delivery to then start discussions, basically.
Nice. I
So,
like that.
you know, whilst it kind of seems like the cause is based purely off of the creative arts thing, that's just one kind of like, say, aspect of the delivery.
Sure.
You know, and it's a really good way of actually kind of like delivering certain things is through creativity, especially within a city like Bristol.
Well,
But ultimately
and
it's more
inspiring,
than
yeah.
that.
I love that, inspiring people to come together, especially maybe younger people who maybe think initially, oh, I'm not interested in that. But
Yeah.
actually, when you bring them together and the stories they've got to tell, or the experience they've got to share, or your experiences that you can then share with them,
Yeah.
is huge, is massively inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
definitely.
you do a load of workshops as well. I mean, there's a massive array of them, but it includes sort of music production, vocals, video, photography, and I know you've got more in April. I know there is a lot more to it than that, but if there's anyone listening, is there a particular age group? Are there free workshops? Who can go?
So they're free workshops. You can apply via our socials. So that's at The Cause Bristol on Instagram and The Cause Bristol on Facebook. And you just simply apply. There's a little description of kind of what's actually involved within the workshops. In terms of, like, say, the age groups, we got 16 to 19 and 19 plus. But the way that we're working, we want everybody kind of like within those age groups and kind of like the 19 plus age groups to apply and get involved.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't matter about what your skill set is. It kind of, you know, it's just literally like come and get involved.
I love
you know,
that.
because the resources at Access Creative College are great. And to be able to open that up to like people that may not have had the opportunity to go to somewhere like that is great. You know, because not everybody has like the ability to actually go and attend a 3-year course.
Yeah.
Because people have to work to survive.
Yeah.
So they
and many of us, well, my age, when these colleges didn't even exist.
Exactly.
I mean, the internet didn't exist. You know what I mean? Let alone being able to go to a music college or something like that. You know, the nearest I got, and God, I was so lucky, was the Sefton Park Youth Centre and the Basement Studio.
Yeah.
That was the only youth project in the country that had anything like that.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to DJ.
Yeah.
Andrew taught me how to DJ.
Andrew, big up Andrew Williams, and of course
Andrew,
Carl,
Jane,
the General.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh
you
my
see
gosh, they're amazing.
that there,
Troy,
that there
Jill.
was kind of like, I guess, what got me into music.
Yeah.
And it was very kind of like much hands-on, and they really encourage people to actually, you know, go forth and do this. You know, and I guess that's the reason why I even started.
I didn't realise that
you know?
you'd been at the Basement as well. You're probably younger than me,
Yeah,
so
we
maybe
can't,
missed each other.
that's where I guess a lot of our passion when we do our creative youth sessions.
Yeah.
A lot of the old school values and beliefs
I love that.
come from that era because we used to go up. Funny enough, we didn't used to go up there together. We used to go in a different group
No way.
at different times with different friends.
So you didn't know each other back then?
No.
Oh my God.
We didn't. I mean, we might have seen each other, but we didn't really know each other like we do now. But Jordan used to go up to Sefton. I used to go to Sefton, and we used to go at different times with different groups.
But just think about how many of us have. If that's me, Tracy, who became my best friend, Onali, the singer for Ronnie Size.
Yeah.
She met Ronnie through me, and of course I met Ryan through Andrew, who was a youth worker there. And then you got Crust and Ryan, and then Sub and Di, and then this whole sort of thing came together. And it was just phenomenal. And if it hadn't been for the Basement, I don't know if it would have all come together in quite the same way that it did. So, and then to see that you guys have been inspired by that, it's amazing.
We come from that. So I guess we learnt a lot, and it was really different then. There wasn't really so much barriers. There wasn't all this class and race stuff. It's just like, you know, you had them places to go, and we all got together, met up, and we had a great time and learnt different skills. And like you said, you know, there was many other people that was bigger up the ranks than us that sort of handed down some equipment, because I remember like Ronnie and guys like that, they donated some equipment from the Mercury Prize.
Yeah.
You know, and we was able to use some of that stuff. And
oh, so you're definitely younger than me then. No, that's so cool.
So we try and transfer some of that, like when we're doing our creative youth sessions and that, I guess like a lot of that passion comes from stuff that was given to us as well.
That's
you know what
so
I mean?
cool. I so love that. It's so inspiring. I knew from word go there was something about you guys that I just thought I really like this. I mean, it looks professional as well, even down to the fact that your lanyards and the what do you call it, merch.
Yeah.
Merch, do you know what I mean? It's well thought out, it looks good, and it's obviously professional. Setting up a CIC isn't easy, is it, either? Do you know what I did in the end? I paid a company to set it up for me. 125 quid, 3 days later, boss, done. Too complicated for me.
It was a lot of learning. It was a lot of learning, you know.
Thankfully, nowadays we have got community charities like Voska and that can help you.
Yes.
You know, they can help you. They are really good help. So if there's anyone out there that's doing similar sort of things and you're struggling, you know, I would advise you to get in contact with people like Voska and ask for their advice, and they will get someone in contact with you, and you know, and just give you a bit of guidance. They won't do it all for you, but they will give you the guidance. You know what I mean?
That.
Yeah.
That's a big up to Voska and all the people there. Amazing work that they do. You're right. They also can help, like, put you in touch with funders and stuff, because that's the other thing, isn't it? You know, we were talking off air. You know, people think Ujima have got loads of money, and we're always struggling. Our chairs, haven't even got chairs that work, guys. If anyone's got any decent office chairs that haven't got stains on them, that would be really nice. Or where you end up sitting on the floor, that would be nice. But you know, it's hard. But then, like you said, we've got this platform. We should be having sponsors and advertising. It should be easy, but it's about time and not doing it all on your own and having that team around you. So how do you manage? Because there's the two of you. Who else is there involved? Is it just the two of you? Are there more?
Yeah. So I mean, like it. You know, it's kind of like headed by us currently. However, like in terms of volunteers, we've had people come and volunteer to, you know, host sessions at the workshops. You know, come and actually do some of the creative youth sessions with us as well.
Brilliant.
Like, so big up to them for obviously kind of like, you know, donating their time. And that's what it's about. Again, it's like trying to find like-minded people who want to get involved in this stuff in order to kind of create that community and you know, basically inspire some change. Because ultimately the way that we see it is, if the people that are kind of out there needing assistance can see like-minded people getting together and actually making a change, then they will do the same, hopefully, and then you'll create like a habitual behavior where that will happen generation after generation, as opposed to just kind of like stopping. And then you've basically got a city that is just kind of like serving one area of the community, you know?
Oh, I love that. I just think it's so important, because quite often you can see people, they get onto a certain platform and they do forget about their roots or where they come from. And it would be so nice to say that Bristol actually does it a little bit differently. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that makes me feel really proud. So what can we expect next from the cause? And is there anything you want to sort of platform and showcase or ask for whilst you're here? Like, so I know you've got the workshops in April. Are there still spaces?
There's still spaces.
You
know, you can register your interest by going on the link on our Instagram or going to the Calls Bristol website.
Got it.
Everything's at the Calls Bristol, and there's a link to the sign up.
Actually, you did. You cracked it with that name as well, you know, because so often when you're putting in a name, that my previous guest, the Body Squad, there's so many Body Squads. Literally, you get lost. And whenever you put the cause in Bristol, bang, straight up.
There is only one Calls Bristol, Miranda.
No, I know. But there's 100 million Miranda Rays, and I can't even tag myself in anything. Honestly, I'm just like, I really messed up there. But there you go. The Cause Bristol is a really cool, no messing, no nonsense name. So I love that. Sorry, I cut you off.
But what you asked is, people can sign up. There's still spaces. People can sign up via the links via our website, the Calls Bristol, or our Instagram. And basically, it's very simple. You just register your interest, and then, you know, you get confirmation, and then we'll be in contact and you get involved with us, and then we can also let you know about other stuff coming up. But like you asked, we've got some great opportunities coming up and some great collaborations and partnerships where we're working with people you know, even with Ujima, hopefully in time we're going to be able to offer something that's radio based around.
Definitely.
You know, where we can offer something with that and partner with you guys.
We could do a workshop with you guys, 100%. We'll give you an advert. This is what I really want. It's so important that we collaborate, isn't it? And support each other. One community organisation to another community organisation. You know, the one hand can't clap, as they say.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, there's a lot of things. We're doing a lot of work, and there's, you know, a lot of stuff that we don't really scream and shout about on our social media and stuff like that. And we've even got a lot of work that we've done where we haven't posted about, because for us it's just like about the passion and I guess getting it done. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like doing it for the applause, it's doing it for the cause.
Sure, absolutely. Oh my days. Say it again, Jason. Say it again.
Bomb drop.
Come on, say it again.
Yeah, we're not doing it for the applause, we're doing it for the cause. And that's why we're called the cause, you know?
I love that. Oh, mic drop. Boom.
But yeah, we want to collaborate with people and we want to partner with people. So, you know, if you've got skills or you're creative or you feel you've got something to offer, or even if you want to get involved with stuff like this and you think, I've got a bit of time, I'd like to give something back to the community and do a bit of volunteering and stuff like that. I mean, get in contact, reach out. This isn't just about us. This is for everybody. And we want everybody involved, you know, because, you know, if everybody's not included, it's not inclusive.
Well, this is it.
And we want it to be inclusive. We want everybody to be involved, and we want to collaborate with different people to provide as much
equality
opportunity as we can.
Love it. I love it. And you know what you were saying there about it's not about ego? It's so important, because quite often when you do this stuff it can attract the kind of wrong kind of people. Even in community radio, you know, people are there sometimes for the wrong reasons, and it's like, you've got the people who are working in the office and the tech team, and you know, they're working so hard and they're not doing it for the applause, they're doing it for the cause. And I just think that's amazing. Yet they're behind the scenes, they're not front of house, they're not on air, you know, and without them we wouldn't be here. So it's just, I love the ethos of what you guys are doing. I can't wait to do some work together with you. So just to remind our listeners, there are some workshops coming up in April. You can sign up online, thecausebristol.co.uk. They've also got QR codes, so you know, if you're like me and you struggle to see or you can't read, then just go and scan that and that will take you to where you've got to go. And all the socials, the Cause Bristol. Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And also as well with the creative workshops, like obviously that's open for people to get involved and learn new skills. But if anybody's listening, as Jason said, if you have any skills, or if you're creative in Bristol, or if you're anybody in Bristol that can help or want to help, like get in touch.
Amazing.
Or come down.
Amazing.
Thank you very much for having us, Miranda. Another thing that I'd like to say, just to add, is with the workshops, it is accessible to people with disabilities as well. So there is wheelchair access.
Brilliant.
You know, on our last session we had someone down that was in a wheelchair. We had someone that had Asperger's. So it is accessible to different people and everybody from all backgrounds and different people. So
I love that. It's so important.
Please
Unity,
get involved.
Unity and opportunities. I love it. Jordan and Jason from the Cause Bristol, big up to everything you're doing, and I can't wait to talk properly about how Ujima and the Cause can work together. So I've said it on air, there's no going back now. All right guys, thank you so much. We are running a little bit behind, so we're going to shoot over now to the BBC for the latest headline news. And then after that, we are going to talk about an incredible